What we're looking at here is some masonite siding that probably ended up with a problem with the nails rusting or starting to bleed through somehow. And you can see that it looks like someone went in and caulked, put some type of a caulking, paintable caulking obviously, over the nails, and then looks like they painted the area, or they could have actually covered the nails and then painted the entire building. And of course what you're seeing here is the caulking that is actually creating flash problems for the building. So you're going to get this every once in a while when you use two different types of surfaces. One of those would just be the masonite or the pre-painted masonite. Let's face it, this building was probably painted and then the nails started to rust, and they thought, heck, how are we going to fix this? We're going to put some caulking over it. And again, this is just one thing you can do. I don't really know if it's something that's going to work great, or how long it's going to last, or if it will eliminate the rust from bleeding through for the rest of the duration of the building. I don't really know. It seems like a good idea, except for the flashing. And could you use other types of products? Maybe you could. Once the nails start to rust, this is a big problem. And this takes us back to the reason why we actually use the right nails that are recommended by the siding product company. So always refer back to the installation instructions and follow them to the letter, especially when it comes to the nails. Now here's what I'm assuming the building looked like before. Here you can see that the siding is painted, but we have nails that are rusting. And I've already made a few videos on rusting nails. I just haven't made one on how to stop them from rusting or how to prolong the life of them. And again, like I said, I am not going to say that putting caulking or other types of fillers over rusted nails is the best way to go, but it could provide you with an alternative. And again, that's what we're looking for when we're watching these videos and trying to gather as much information on how to fix stuff like this as possible. So remember, I'm not guaranteeing that this will work or that it is the best method, but it is one method. Next, I'd like to take a look at what the nail should look like. This is plywood siding. It should look the same for lap siding. You can see there is a galvanized nail there, and this is after it has been painted. And of course, the nail is fine, but remember, this is only a few weeks after the building has been painted, not a few years. And here's a screw. You can see that we used a screw, and it's been painted. And here's another nail. It's in just a little deeper, and it's fine for now. And I would imagine if you use the right nails that are recommended by the manufacturer, you're not going to have a problem. But this probably isn't why you're watching the video. You're probably wondering if you can use something like this on your building and if it'll work. And I don't know, we often get advice, hey, here's a painter, let's call a painter up, how are we going to fix this? And the painter comes up with this, and it might or might not work. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do a test. If you're going to caulk a couple of holes, then maybe go to the back of the building or a spot where it's not going to be as noticeable. Put the caulking or the filler over the nails that are starting to rust, and then paint the area and then see what it looks like after it's been painted. If it's going to flash and you don't want to see these little spots, then you won't obviously want to do it to the rest of the building. So create a sample area, see what happens, make sure it's an area that isn't going to be highly visible if you have an area like that. And again, you could always grab some lap siding, paint it, and use some nails, drive them in there, put some caulking or different fillers over it. Do your own test if you don't want to test it on the building. before doing it. So again, it's hard to tell when someone tells you that this will work and that won't work. It's really hard to read between the lines, and I try to avoid suggesting anything that I am not 100% sold on. So again, keep in mind that I am not recommending this. It just seems like a good idea.